All right, Kamala Harris is proposing $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time homebuyers. So we're going to break down exactly what that means. I'm going to talk about the likelihood that it's going to go through if she were to be elected. And then also I'm going to speculate on what that would do to the market. So let's jump in. So right now she's right here. It'll include a proposal up to $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Now this is for working families who have paid their rent on time for 2 years and are buying their first home, up to $25,000 in down payment assistance. So obviously there's some caveats on how you can apply and actually be approved for this program to get $25,000 down. I would be interested to see how they plan on making it go through. I've read one report that maybe it was just going to be a tax credit, that if you put $25,000 down on your house, then they're going to reduce your taxes by $25,000. Now, if that's the case, if you don't have $25,000 worth of taxes, it may come over multiple years to be able to claim that entire credit. I don't know if they're just going to send out like a check. If you send in an application, they'll send you $25,000. I don't know on that one, but obviously on this one, they're saying, hey, you're going to have paid rent on time for 2 years. So they're not just going to give it to somebody who hasn't paid their rent and is just looking for a handout. But $25,000 in down payment assistance is a handout, let's be honest. Okay, and this report saying that they're going to construct 3 million new homes. That's like her goal. They're going to have the $25,000 in down payment. I think it was on this report. Yeah, the Harris campaign says in a statement that the program would provide down payment assistance up to 4 million first-time home buyers over 4 years. So 1 million people that are buying homes for the first time each year for 4 years could qualify for $25,000 down. Obviously just for first-time home buyers, which for me at least, it kind of bugs me, to be honest. I think $25,000 down to first-time home buyers, that automatically excludes anybody who just recently bought a house, who had to scrimp and save and do all the things personally to do it, and then to have the government come in a year later and say, hey, we're going to give every first-time home buyer $25,000. I get where they're going with it. I know they're trying to make it so that more people can get into homes. I just don't agree with the approach. I don't agree that, let's just give random new people $25,000 because, everybody else who's been paying their taxes essentially is footing that bill for them, right? They had to go buy their home all by themselves. They had to scrimp. They had to save. They had to build up a down payment. And now they're in a home, and now they also have to pay taxes so that other people can get this money to go into a house. What are your guys' thoughts? What do you guys think about the program? This is a potential program. It's a proposal. So obviously she has to get elected, which we'll see if she gets elected. And then she's also going to have to present this to Congress and the Senate, and it's going to have to get voted on and passed. It's probably going to be part of a huge economic and tax plan bill would be my guess. And so all of that, there's just so much that goes into it. So to see this actually go through, right now I wouldn't bank on it. If I were going to be looking at buying a house for the first time, I wouldn't sit around and wait, because these kinds of things can take a long time. So if I were going to go buy a house myself, I would just be scrimping and saving and finding every way that I can be frugal, because as I've said before, there's 2 ways to make more money in this life. One is to increase your income, and 2 is to decrease your expenses. So find ways that you can decrease your expenses and save up for that down payment. Now I was curious because I'm a numbers guy, so I'm going to pull up this loan amortization right here. $412,000. This is the median home price for houses in the United States right now. So if they got $25,000 from this government program, that would equate to about 6% of a down payment. Typically lenders like to lend when there's 20% down. It helps you avoid principal mortgage insurance. Now I know there's some lenders out there that'll do like a 0% down, and you can avoid principal mortgage insurance. Typically when that happens though, they're going to bump the rate up a little bit because it's more risky for them. So they're going to want to charge a higher interest rate. So you're going to be paying for it regardless in some way, shape or form. But anyways, this $25,000, it's going to be about 6%. And if you wanted 20% down, then that means you still need to come up with $57,400 because, on $412,000, 20% down is $82,400. So if they pop in 25, you're going to have to do 57 on that. Now, obviously, interest rates have an impact on your mortgage. So still, even with this $25,000 down payment and you having your own 57, if you have 6.5% your scheduled payment, and this is just principal and interest, no property tax, no escrow, no home insurance, right? So your payment's still going to be $2,083, which is pretty dang high. Now, the Fed is looking to drop rates, so that could help significantly. If we drop, a full percent over the next year and 3 months or so, because the Fed's signaling a rate cut in September, signaling rate cuts in 2025. So if we can see the mortgage rates drop down into that like 5.5% range, it drops your mortgage payment by $200. So pretty significant. That's kind of a quick breakdown of the $25,000 down payment assistance proposal that Kamala Harris has rolled out. Like I said, I wouldn't bank on it just because it has to go through so many hoops. It'd be interesting to see how they expect to pay out that $25,000, how you can go about qualifying for it. And it's only for first-time home buyers. So anybody who's already bought a home, tough luck, you're out of the program. Then another thing that I've thought about with this Kamala Harris proposal for $25,000 in down payment assistance is savvy investors are just going to see that. And if they have built homes for others to buy and live in, they're just going to increase the price of the home by $25,000, right? That's what the market does. It's going to end up finding an equilibrium. And if a bunch of new money floods into the market, well, the investors, the owners of those homes, they're going to see that there is increased money and they're just going to jack up their price. I've actually talked to a good friend of mine who's in real estate investing, and he's like, man, do we just wait until Kamala gets elected and then increase the price of this home by $25,000 and make an extra $25,000, right? Now, if she gets elected and everything goes through. So that would be a very long play. But that is the mindset of an investor. And I don't blame them on that. I actually am a real estate investor myself. Like, if there is $25,000 in first-time homebuyer assistance, then the people who own the homes are going to have an incentive to just increase the price of their home and capitalize on that extra $25,000. So we'll see if it actually would help people get into homes or if it would just unnaturally inflate the prices of homes, and you would just see a jump by $25,000. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know what you feel about this $25,000 program. Hit me up in the comments section and we'll talk to you guys next time.